T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Yes, people, what is going on? It's your boy, man like Matt. Hope everyone is blessed. It is another morning meet up, people. People, listen. It's Team Kop-Ish. You know what time it is. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe. Team Kop-Ish, all that good stuff. But people, listen, man. I know everyone's kind of like probably still pissed off about yesterday's result. I know I am. Obviously, we feel like we should have won that game. But you have to give credit to Nottingham Forest. They actually played pretty well. I'm just pissed off that we obviously didn't get the win. We need to start winning games again. Let's hopefully we can do that. You know what I'm saying? Against Brentford, because we need to go back to winning ways, man. It feels like a minute ago since we've actually won the game. I think the last time we won the game might have been West Ham, if I'm not mistaken, which is crazy. So, but yeah, people, listen. A few things on the agenda today. We're going to speak about Salah and how Saudi are reportedly, and I say reportedly, pushing for a signature. There's also a little bit of news on Trent Alexander-Arnold. And not only that, the striker who we've been linked to recently, the Greek striker, I think his name's Stefanos, I don't know how you pronounce it, Tzimas? I don't know if you mentioned the T or Timas or whatever. Let me not say whatever, that's a bit rude, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, there's been an update from James Pearce regarding his situation because he's been linked to us quite heavily. But yeah, we're going to speak about that. But anyways, people, listen, man. It's another Wednesday. It's more Liverpool news. We should really be focusing on the field, but we still got to talk about off the field. And big at the chat, man. Listen, you can believe what you want to believe, but this all started from about 4 days ago. His name's Abdul Hadi. He's a member of the Saudi Federation of Sports Media. On his Twitter, he reports that the Spanish sources are confident that Salah's reached an agreement. And the social media post reported, or should I say read, today Mohamed Salah has concluded his agreement with his representatives from Saudi Arabia to play in the Russian league next season, but he does not know the name of the club yet. The Saudi league the Russian league is another name for the Saudi league, and although it might appear strange that Salah does not know his club yet, if rumors are to be believed, there's some logic to practice. The Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, PIF, as we know, has full ownership of 4 clubs in the league: Al Hilal, Al Ittihad, Al Nassr, and I can't pronounce that last one. I think that one is, I want to say the one that plays, Ivan Toney plays for them, I believe. I think they got the green kit. And while this agreement might be constructed on the face of its pre-agreement with its specific club, it could be that Salah's agreed with the government to play in the country, but he will not know who he will play for until the organization makes a decision. So, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe that's just, you know what I mean? It's just a bit of rumors. But then today, there's been more to kind of, not more to back it up, but to kind of fuel the fire. His name is Turkey I can't even pronounce that. I'm just going to call him Turkey because I can't pronounce that. But he's renowned worldwide over the past few years as chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, making some of the biggest boxing matches. As you guys know, he's involved in a boxing thing, innit, on the planet. And as part of that, the Riyadh season, he also oversaw the construction of the Kingdom Arena, which is currently Al Hilal's home stadium. And he's recently put up a post on his social media, or should say his Facebook, with Salah in an Al Hilal shirt. That's Neymar's team. Everyone knows who Neymar plays for. They want to get rid of Neymar, I believe, I think Neymar's contract expires, and they're looking for a new global superstar. And this guy's a deal breaker, shall we say. I don't know whether I believe any of this stuff, if I'm being very, very honest. However, when it comes to Saudi, we can't underestimate them, innit? Because was it 2 years ago when they tried to get Salah? Everyone thought it was just like, it's just hearsay, nothing's really going to happen. But can we just keep it a buck for a second? Salah's contract runs out in about 5 months' time. What was it? 5-6 months' time, yeah? They are going to offer him everything. Whether he decides to go there or not is another question. But I'm telling you from now, you'll be crazy not to think that these teams from Saudi, or shall I just say Saudi in general, are not trying to entice Salah. They can afford him. They can offer him anything. He could be the face of the league. What's more annoying about this whole situation for me, though, is that with all this interest in Mohamed Salah, and don't get me wrong, he had a stinker yesterday. Let's not deny that, yeah. Why is the contract from Liverpool still not signed? Why is that not sorted? All these stories would go away if this contract was sorted. But no, we are still here. It's now the 15th of January, and we're still trying to figure out what the hell's going on with Mo Salah. That, I'm sorry, I'm just tired, bro. I feel like Klopp, man's tired, bro. Big up those in the chat that I just joined as well. Big up to all you guys, you know what I'm saying? Lumide says Saudi will probably give Salah 500 mil for 3 years. But I'm telling you, they'll offer him anything, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Anything. Big up Pimp in the chat. Big up Adam. He says Salah wants to break records and win trophies. He said it in recent interviews. He's not going Saudi. Well, here's the thing. Salah definitely wants to stay at Liverpool. But I don't know why. I just don't see Salah going to Barca. I don't see him going to Real Madrid. I don't ever see him going to PSG. I genuinely feel like if he can't be at the absolute top in Europe, which is Liverpool, call me crazy, maybe he does go Saudi. I just don't see him playing for a Bayern Munich or even a PSG. Do you guys see him doing that? I genuinely don't. I think that's too much of a step down. And if he's gonna take a step down, he might as well get the piece. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Forget you never walk alone. He says these stories won't go anywhere. Every Liverpool player is leaving according to the media the last 20 years. I hear that, but they won't go away though because the contracts just won't be are just not signed, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Until these contracts are signed, none of this speculation will go away. We have to keep it about. It's what you'd expect, innit? These are top world-class players. These are top players, and they're all on the market for free in the next 5 months. That's crazy. But we're supposed to be a big institution. I don't even know what Richard Hughes does anymore. Honestly, I reckon my man, back in the day, yeah, you had them generals, yeah, that would like do a mad thing where like they'll clock in or something, go home and do something else, and then act like they were there for the day or something. This is what Richard Hughes is doing. Man's just clocking in, telling everyone, boom, 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 I'm in my office, and man ain't there, bro. Richard Hughes ain't in his office, Man's chilling, bro. Just keep it a buck, because I don't know what he's doing, bro. Honestly. This Salah situation, like, as much as we can all sit here now and say, like, Richard Hughes walked in and there was, like, 3 massive situations you have to take care of. 100%. But that's what you get paid to do, though. Do you get what I'm saying? Even Edwards. Them boy there, yeah, in my opinion, should have got this sorted. And you know what's so crazy? People were having a go at Trent about the contract situation. And rightly so. Real Madrid a bid. His performance against Man United was shocking. Now, the difference is, yeah, Salah and Van Dijk have never showed that they will never not care in a game compared to what Trent did against Man United. However you want to see it, yeah? But it is a bit alarming that Salah's form has just nosedived since December. nosedived, in my opinion, anyway. Remember when I said to you, these contracts will start to distract the players? Some can just handle it better than others. Because I look at that game yesterday from Salah, and I think it's not even like we didn't give him the ball. Salah had the ball. He just done nothing with it, other than the shot that got cleared off the line. Virgil van Dijk, for me, personally, been amazing. Probably been the most consistent performer, if I'm being honest, throughout the whole year or throughout the season. But again, not blaming him, but he could have done way better with that Chris Wood opportunity. I'm sorry, he could have done way better. Van Dijk had the opportunity to close it down and just didn't even bother. I don't know, man. I just feel like all these contract crap is just starting to really affect the players, and it's affecting the club. Those that think it doesn't, I disagree, man. But each of their own how they feel about it. But I am worried. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know whether you guys are worried, but I am. I big up Martin. He says, I don't think we can. No, I'm not blaming Van Dijk. What I'm saying is, though, is I think he could have done better. But it's not his fault, though. You're right. It's not his fault. But when you go back and look at it, Virgil could have even stepped up and played him offside. It's so crazy because Trent was actually sprinting back. But Trent was still behind. Do you get what I'm saying at one point? So Virgil could have stepped up and would have been played him offside. Or if he wanted to, he could have been aggressive. Soon as he saw the attacker like move the ball, and I saw him look at Chris Wood, that's when you got to anticipate. Virgil's the best at reading the game for them type of situations. Do you get what I'm saying? But there's another way of looking at it. Look at Lucky. I think Vivid is waiting for Wood to cut in his right foot. He could have been doing that as well. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not Van Dijk's fault. I'm just saying that I feel like he could have done better. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. But yeah, man, these situations with the players aren't going to go away until someone signs a contract. And that brings me on to my next topic, chat. And that is Trent Alexander-Arnold. This is from Spain. Relievo, that's how you pronounce it. Relievo. I don't know how to pronounce it. Real Madrid give up. They see no chance of Liverpool selling Trent Alexander-Arnold now. Well, duh. Liverpool were never going to sell Trent in January. I don't know why people sort of felt that there was even a chance. Me personally didn't see it. And it's kind of interesting it's coming from Spain because they're the ones been pushing this whole narrative, obviously, with Trent, in terms of he's already given his word he's going to sign and all these things. Don't get me wrong, he can still go in the summer. But Trent, in my opinion, was never going to leave in January. Is he going to leave in the summer? Again, it's the same situation with Salah. I genuinely don't know. What's your lot of thoughts on it right now? Does Trent stay or does Trent leave? Beans on Toast says, I don't think we'll sign anyone in January. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Remember, we're opportunistic. We only look for opportunistic signings. Do you get what I'm saying? Big up Adam, he says, Matt, what's your opinion on Semenyo? I like him, He loves causing seat issues. Semenyo doesn't move me, bro. Like, he can be a problem on his day, but he doesn't move me. I think we could do way better than Semenyo. But he's not crap, though. Semenyo's a decent player. Do you know what I mean? Let me know your thoughts on Trent, people. Do you get what I'm saying? Because me, for one, right now, the way how things are, I think Trent leaves right now. It can all change, but I think Trent leaves for free. That's what I genuinely think. Whether we win the title or not, I think Trent leaves for free. As things stand right now. We got Leon, he says Trent leaves for free this coming summer. Yeah. He's out of here. Thanks for the memories, Trent. A few of you are starting to think, a few of you are starting to say Trent is gone from, I hear it. FSG have broken me. But the FSG have broken everyone, I'll be honest. I don't know, man. FSG, I kind of don't even want to say those 3 words anymore. Sorry, them 3 letters, sorry. I just don't. The ambition from the ownership is just, It's for me, it's just, I don't know, man. Let me just rephrase it. There's no ambition. They don't care about winning the league, man. In my opinion, they don't. And again, I'll stress this, yeah. Are they the worst owners in the world? No, they're not. Because if they were the worst owners, we wouldn't be where we are. But they're just not ambitious enough to where we want to be. That's the difference. You can be decent at your job. You know what I'm saying? You're just not amazing. And we need amazing owners. We need owners that actually care about continuing on a legacy that Jurgen Klopp started, and hopefully Arne Slot can continue. Like, the manager got given 2 players, one player that he doesn't even really believe in, another player doesn't start until next season. Like, make it make sense, man. Jurgen Klopp is an absolute legend, one of the best managers, in my opinion, of recent years, yeah. And you're basically saying to the younger coach who's up and coming, I need you to do better than him with the same players. Make it make sense. But as a fan base, I feel like we've got to be stronger and be more vocal. I think we need to do what it takes if we really want change. But I don't think that's going to happen. This fan base, if I'm being honest, we're too nice. You know, like the principles and everything like that. I'm not saying say lose your principles, but I feel like we're too nice, man. This is why they're able to get away with it. We're too nice, bro. The fan base is too nice. I'm not saying this chat. I'm just saying in general, like for Liverpool, too nice. There's people that should have called this out from time. Bigger content creators than myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even a big content creator, in my opinion. There's people that are bigger than me. You get me? Content-wise, that could be speaking up a bit more so. But it is what it is. Each to their own, innit? You know what I'm saying? Each to their own. I can't have a go at no one or anything like that. And I can't blame other people. I'm just saying, I feel like when you're in a position of power and stuff like that, you can do a bit more, in my opinion. But again, it is what it is, innit? But big up to all the content creators, though. That's not me having a go. It's more about, I feel like if I had a bigger platform, even myself, I would be saying a lot more personally, regardless. Do you know what I mean? I remember when I'm saying as well, you can say stuff. You ain't got to be rude, you know. Man could just be vocal and just say how you feel. You ain't got to be rude about something to tell someone how you feel about something, innit? I think that's another thing as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Big up LA, he says only VVD will remain in my opinion. And I'm not gonna lie, we lose Trent and Salah. Like, we're cooked still. I can't in front. I just see a lot of people just talking about FSG, and rightly so, man. I just don't feel like they've done anything remotely close to make me feel like they really want to win something. I don't know, man. I don't know. We just need more. Big up Warren. He says Jurgen is the man, but let's not kid ourselves that he hadn't developed playing style to Pep Linda's. Like, do you know what it is with Jurgen Klopp? I'll be honest with you. The more you see Jurgen Klopp here, the more I realize. I just think generally he just got sick and tired of having to do things in a certain way. Was feeling very restricted, and him giving the reins over to Pep Linders, in my opinion, was also another thing of him kind of doing the whole can't handle the pressure. That's the wrong thing for me to say. He could only do so much. He's getting older as well. Needed a bit of help. A lot of coaches do that. Even Ancelotti has done it over the years, where I think he used to let his assistant kind of run the drills and them thing there. And Ancelotti was more so the motivator. That's not uncommon for a manager to kind of step back a little bit in terms of in training. But they're still the manager, and the ideas will still come from them. It's just that someone else is running it. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, Jurgen was tired, bro. Definitely tired. And I just feel like the more I see Jurgen, the more I'm just kind of glad that he got out at the right time. I can't lie, bro. He got out at the right time, in my opinion. Because these owners are just mashing up the club. I'll be real. They're just doing it slowly. That's all it is. And it's because results on the pitch are helping them. It's helping their profile. But it's off the pitch that will ultimately determine how successful we're going to be on the pitch. Do you get what I'm saying? what's this? Yeah, Jurgen. Red Gorilla. Yeah, Jurgen was fed up. Facts. Jurgen was fed up. You could tell he was fed up. If you listen to the way how Klopp speak now compared to how we used to speak, and again, pressure, title challenge, Liverpool is very, very different compared to now. If you see the way how Klopp feels, sounds so relaxed, is crazy, bro, compared to what it used to be. It's mad. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, join, bro. Join. Yeah, whenever you're ready, bro. What's going on,
bro?
I don't know what I was saying about like. Here's the thing: we're having a conversation right now. Obviously, I was speaking about the contracts regarding Salah, regarding Trent. This whole thing kind of falls back to FSG, and I basically said like, I think Jurgen Klopp got at the right time, and the more I see it, the more I realize Jurgen Klopp was just fed up. I genuinely felt like he got fed up. What did he do? Did he do things perfectly? No. Did he enable some things? Yes. But I also kind of feel like he felt there's only so much I can do at this top club. I can only do so much, man. I'd rather leave on a high than kind of leave on a mad thing. What's your thoughts on it, bro?
Yeah, I can see that as well. I do think Klopp had a better relationship with FSG than I think a lot of us think, because if he didn't, I don't think he'd have been here as long as he was. I think you can still be in a good relationship and still be frustrated with things that are happening, and I think that was the case with Klopp. That being said, he did get a lot of power towards the end of his reign. Did get to spend big money on players like Núñez, for example, which wouldn't have happened previously. Yeah. So it's a tricky one. Klopp was never, in my opinion, from Klopp signing with the club in 2015 till I'd say maybe 2021, Klopp wasn't given the freedom financially that he should have been, that in my opinion he earned. But the problem is when he did get that freedom financially, he didn't use it very well. And I hate to do this, but going back to the summer of Núñez, Ramsey, Carvalho, that was a terrible transfer window. At the time, I thought it was really bad. In hindsight, it was awful. Then we signed Gakpo after that when we didn't need an attacker. We needed reinforcements in midfield and defense. Then I think the summer after that was the summer.
Ibu in as well.
No, Ibu was before. That was the summer before Núñez and them lot.
But what I'm saying is, I think he's had mixed results when
Ibu was the last signing under Edwards and them lot, or Julian Ward, one of the two.
Oh yeah, you're right. But do you think he's had mixed? I know you brought out that real bad transfer and it was bad, but then you've also got to give Klopp.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, bro.
Sobbo and McAllister. That and Endo, for me, that represented a very good summer at the time and in hindsight. And then obviously that was his last summer that he made signings. It's just we've not done things right as a club for a while, and I think we've been hiding behind it because as a club we like this underdog mentality. We like this we did it with scraps, or we did it with nothing, or we beat the odds, when really and truly Liverpool haven't been underdogs since we lifted that Champions League trophy. We haven't been. How can we be underdogs when you just win the Champions League and then you go and win the Premier League off the back of it, and then you want to still sit there and be underdogs? We're not underdogs. We've acted like underdogs. The owners have acted like underdogs. Klopp acted like underdogs. The players have acted like underdogs. Being satisfied with taking part and not winning on a more regular basis, frustrating. And this narrative that, the owners have won everything, you can't criticize them. Yeah, we've won everything once apart from the Carabao Cup. If you're sitting there and you're telling me you're satisfied with one Premier League trophy in the last 13 years, one Champions League trophy in the last 13 years, then honestly, we're not the fan base that we think we are. We're not the club that we think we are. So with this whole mentality thing, I get why Klopp was an underdog at the beginning, because we were underdogs, but I don't think he shifted that mentality. However, without Klopp, without Jurgen Klopp, we're not sitting here where we are right now, because that owner, or should I say those owners, hid behind Jurgen Klopp's talent, hid behind Jurgen Klopp's ability to get juice out of a stone. They hid behind Jurgen Klopp being able to turn water into wine. And when that water stopped becoming wine, they weren't anywhere to be seen. Jurgen Klopp sat there depressed in a press conference back in 2021, bro, in
I
January,
remember.
begging for a centre back. Now, granted, Klopp also had to take a little bit of blame because he only wanted Konate. But this is where the owners should step in, and this is where there's got to be balance. Although Klopp saying he only wants Konate, Klopp saying he only wants Konate because he knows he's only got money for one centre back. So
Exactly.
if he goes and gets Kaleta, for example, he knows there's no Ibu coming. So that means Ibu's going to one of our rivals, and we're not getting a centre back as good as what we should be getting. The owners should be going, you know what, Jurgen? I know you only want Ibu, but this time what we're going to do is we're going to give you the money for Ibu in the summer because you can't get him now in January. But we need to make sure we can still fight for this league this season. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get you a Sven Botman right now. And then in the summer, you can get Ibu. And you know what? That leaves you with a headache, but it's a nice headache to have because then you can decide whether you want to keep Matip long term. You can decide whether Gomez is going to stay at centre back or he's going to deputise for Trent while Connor Bradley's coming through. And that's the issue. We've never, ever had balance. It's always been one thing or another. There's always been you have him now and you don't get him in the summer, or you have him in the summer and you don't get anything now. You need to be able to loosen the purse strings. There's got to be flexibility in the strategy. You can't be this rigid in football and expect it to succeed. And these owners are beyond rigid. It's not even rigid anymore. It's lazy. It's frustrating. It's annoying. And the fact that we're watching our rivals, even though we're in a position of power, the club can't be any more attractive than it is right now. No debt, mad revenue, merchandise for days, a new deal with Adidas about to start. Players like Salah, Virgil, Trent, Alisson, all these players, whether you rate them at the moment or not, all still at the club. A manager who looks like he's about it. We've got a brand new training facility, new stands at the stadium. The stadium's looking beautiful. If we can't capitalize on the position that we're in right now, and I forgot, top of the league, top of the Champions League, in the Carabao Cup, in the FA Cup. If you can't look at your team right now and go, yeah, this is the time to pounce, we'll never be able to do it. We'll never be able to be that big team that we want to be. We'll never be able to do what the people like Shankly and Paisley wanted us to be. We won't be there again, especially with these owners. And look, I'm not even saying I want Elon Musk. I'm not even saying that. I just want owners with flexibility and ambition. Because if anyone in the fan base can sit there and tell me that FSG want to win every season and not just it's okay if we win, then I'll debate you from now until the cows come home, because they've not shown it. Top four is the meter. Anything more than top four is a bonus. Carabao Cup, bonus. FA Cup, bonus. Champions League, bonus. League title, bonus. These weren't bonuses back in the day. These weren't bonuses for other top clubs. Carlo Ancelotti could be getting sacked this season, and he just won the Champions League last season. Could still win it this season. He'll still probably get sacked, and Xabi Alonso will
Can I
come
say
in.
something?
The
problem,
done with it.
What you're saying is factual. So I've gone on record and said this: they're not the worst owners in the world, you know. If they were the worst owners in the world, we wouldn't be where we are now. Believe it or not, we'd actually be worse. We wouldn't even be in the top four if they were the worst owners. Here's my thing with it: what you said is spot on. They are decent owners, but they're not great owners, and we need great owners because great owners are ambitious and, like you say, are precise and know how to capitalize when you need to. When Jurgen Klopp won the Champions League, what was he given in the transfer market? How was he able to improve?
All right, so this is again, I always try and be objective. Even if I'm wrong, I try and be objective.
Remember when John? So all right, so here's what I'm gonna say. When we won the Champions League, do you remember when John Henry said we can get whoever? Do you remember when he done that interview?
Yeah, and he said,
who did we buy? Who did we buy to win the league?
Elliot, Adrian, and Seth Vandenberg. However, Klopp did also say he wanted to keep the team that he had because he felt they could go again as well.
But here's the killer: there's no problems in doing that. But there's a reason why the manager should also be separate, in my opinion, from
the transfers.
The transfers at times. Because even though the manager had enough, do you think someone like a big team like Real Madrid will go, oh, we just won La Liga, so we won't bother getting Mbappe? No, we won't bother because we just won La Liga. We don't need to bother enhance the squad.
Yeah.
Any manager, whether they say it on camera or not, always want to improve the squad. Always, bro. no one never has a perfect squad. All these managers can all say, "Oh, I really like a small squad." But if someone is giving you a player that's better than what you have, you're not gonna say no because it's improvement. This is the bit that I struggle with. For me, going back to what you said again, it's a vicious cycle. Whenever we should have capitalized under Jurgen Klopp, we didn't have enough. We've never had enough. We've always gone like bare bones. We got to try and maximize what we have, and that's not good enough for me. And that stems from the ownership. We can all talk about Jurgen Klopp and how he didn't want certain things and how he enabled certain things. But I'll be real. Do you know where that mentality stemmed from? That mentality stemmed from the top, and it filtered down to Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp wasn't fully on board with FSG, but he definitely agreed with some of the things, and that's because it filtered down from them, bro. And that's the issue as well. If you have ruthless owners that want to win at all costs or put winning above all, I reckon that they would have even changed Jurgen Klopp's mentality with this whole underdog thing, because he would have felt like from the top, if these guys want me to win every single game and the target isn't the Champions League, then I've got to change the way how I do things. But you never guess what? That was never the case. That's why he kind of fell in love with the underdog story, because it stemmed from the owners. So I don't know, bro. We need new owners. I've been vocal about that enough. So have you. I'm kind of sick to death with these contract situation stuff, because we're flipping in January, man. Like, we're just gonna get closer and closer to June, and we're just gonna see the players walk away. That's the sad reality right now. And in November or October, I think it's November, me and you just had a conversation, and then I was like, who do you think is gonna stay and leave? And I can't remember at the time. I think all of us kind of said, I think it all gets sorted at that time. But I'm looking at it now. As things stand right now, all are leaving. Virgil might be the only one that stays. Maybe. And I say maybe. Right now, I am so not confident. It's unreal, bro.
Bro, I hear it. Absolutely.
I'm so not confident. It's unreal.
I don't see a world where these three stay. And again, I ask, everyone wanted to crash out on Trent. Is the ambition of the ownership matching the ambition of our vice captain? Say what you want about him, whether he's crap defensively in your opinion or stinking attitude. One thing he's always said is he wants to win stuff at Liverpool, he wants to win the biggest honours, and he wants to be in the conversation for Ballon d'Or. And is the ownership, is the club giving a platform whereby there is a high chance to succeed in those aspects? And I said this from the beginning. For me, it was never a money thing for Trent. It was an ambition. It was an ambition thing. And if you're sitting there as Trent right now and you're seeing Man City move for Mamouche, Arsenal move for Zubimendi, and who are we moving for? No one.
No, we're moving for opportunity. We're moving for opportunity and monitor.
Where's the ambition? Why should Trent be the one? And I said this from the beginning, and I got absolutely berated. I've been berated about this Trent stuff. Where is the crash out on the owners? Why should Trent just sign? What? Because he's Scouse. So what? He should just forget about it and just Scouse. Because he's Scouse, he's just got to sign. He's got to shut his mouth and sign. Why aren't Virgil and Salah signed if they've come out and said they want to stay as well then? Cool.
Facts. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I hate even saying the flipping the letters FSG, you know. I hate even saying the letters, bro. Let's move away from there because I don't want the show to be so damn negative, but it's just this is the unfortunate reality that we're in right now.
Yeah,
Liverpool are top of the league, top of the Champions League, and our ownership still find a way how to bring a dark cloud over our season. If these contracts were sorted, I genuinely feel like that Trent performance at Man United doesn't happen. Salah even, I just feel like the contract situation is really starting to build momentum in the worst possible way, where all the players are getting distracted. I'm not even talking about the players like the free players. I'm talking about other players, bro. It's a big, big distraction, bro. And I've been done saying it for a minute. It's going to distract the players. I just hope it doesn't derail our season. We already had a distraction last season when Jurgen Klopp decided to say he was leaving. For me, that was a big distraction on the players and players considering their futures and how they're going to move forward. Obviously, they're professional. They'll try their best to stay in the moment, but they're also human beings. So, I don't know. Let's move on to the next topic. We were linked with a striker called Stefanos. I think his name's Tzimas. I'm not going to pronounce his name.
I want to say Tzimas, but I'm not.
I don't know if it's because I'm just thinking of Tsimikas, but then I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call him Stefanos. So we've been interviewing quite heavily. Quite a few reports saying that we're trying to get this move over the line for about 25 million. But James Pearce has come out today and literally tweeted, Liverpool have no interest in pursuing a deal. Been linked with the teenage Greek striker who's currently on loan at FC Nuremberg on loan from Panathinaikos. In your opinion, Cal, is James Pearce just doing what he normally does, where he just kind of tries to pour cold water on a transfer, or do you genuinely believe him? Because there's been a lot of reports saying we're definitely in for the striker. Who you believe in? The reports or James Pearce? I don't need to put you on the spot because I got that, like, this ain't like against James Pearce, just like
I know.
Yeah.
I probably believe James Pearce here for the simple fact, just from a logical standpoint, I don't understand the move for a 18 or 19-year-old striker right now, unless we're buying someone just for the academy, just to try and get profit on, because we got Jadon Danns at home. We've got a Jadon Danns at home, someone that we all rate. And again, I can't sit here and be ignorant and be like, I've seen Tzimas play football or anything to say he's rubbish or he's not better than Jadon Danns, but 25 mil for a player who's playing the Bundesliga 2 as a striker, doesn't have great stats, isn't really been linked with anyone else, hasn't been pulling up ground and doing all that stuff. What are we doing? Can that 25 mil go towards a midfielder or a centre back? Or plus a 25 mil for this striker? Are we going to even make a profit on that? Plus, I don't see us getting anyone, Matt. I did say this from a while ago. I do not see us signing anyone in January.
Yeah, I agree.
The thing shoddy is, at the moment.
He's been linked quite heavily with other clubs like Bayern Munich and Chelsea. He's very in demand, you know. So I know you're saying, in regards to me, play devil's advocate, I know you're saying that we've got Jadon Danns, but this guy's seen as like a teenage sensation, though. That's the thing. And if he's a teenage sensation, I remember, Cal, what did FSG say? Opportunistic. If there's an opportunity there to get a teenage sensation, should they be going in for a player like him, even if we do have Jadon Danns? Because here's the thing. Say you get him for 25 mil. Say he does really, really well. Then you've got a striker there for how many years? But if he doesn't, and his stock is still high, say he's at Liverpool for, say, 3 years or say 2 years, maybe you could still sell him even for the same price. So is it that much of a bad deal? That's me playing devil's advocate, but I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, I hear it. You're right. If it doesn't hinder our opportunities to get other transfers, then no, it's not a bad deal. But are we bringing him in now? Is he coming in the summer? Because we need players now. We genuinely need players now. This whole waiting around business, I just don't get it. We're meant to have sorted out 5 contracts by now and signed at least 1 or 2 players, and we have done none of those things. We have a player in Chiesa who the manager clearly doesn't rate, because if he did, you'd think with 5 minutes left to go and 2 substitutes I can still make, I'm going to bring on this guy and try and get the winner against Nottingham Forest. But he looked at his bench and said, I don't trust that guy.
Yeah.
I don't trust him.
Yeah.
That's the person you were given in the summer. That's opportunistic.
I don't know, bro. It's crazy because let's say the opportunity is there to get him, but then Liverpool, do you know what I can see happening though? He would be the 1 January signing, the one, but it'll be like, but he stays on loan where he is now, so we theoretically wouldn't get him into the summer. So it'd be like Mamardashvili all over again. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, We don't
Here's
need a
the thing.
striker right now. That's 19 years of age. Like, that's
Here's the thing as well, Matt. This case is a situation as well. If we're not going to play him and he ends up going, we're not going to get Craven now because he's going PSG.
Yeah.
I doubt Nico Williams leaves midway through the season because of how much he loves Bilbao.
Yeah.
Genuine question, bro. Who is out there we can actually go and get, whether it be a striker or a winger, in January, in the last 2 weeks?
January.
Yeah, because we need someone. Because I know the argument will be, well, we've not needed Chiesa so far this season, so why would we need him in the next part of the season? I think Salah's form in the last 3 games kind of shows why you do need someone.
Agreed.
So
bro, I'll be honest with you. Because if we're being realistic, you're gonna have to start looking at targets that maybe you're gonna have to go a step down. Because if I'm thinking about what you talk about, a right wing forward or just a forward in general,
a forward who can play left, right, or through the centre. Because let's be real, if Chiesa goes, then in an ideal world, you need someone who can play on the right hand side. If it's Nunes who goes, for example, then you need a striker or a left winger, depending on what you're going to do with Diaz. Like, bro, what are we doing?
I'll be honest with you. If you want Liverpool to be realistic, this is gonna. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but
you're gonna say
that's on
Liverpool.
Yeah, that's on Liverpool. That's realism for Liverpool, unfortunately, because he'll be a rotational player. He's not gonna kick up a stink to start. He can play on the right. He can play on the left. Obviously, he can't play for the middle, but yeah, that will be a realistic, unfortunate thing for Liverpool. I hate to say it, but it would be. If we're talking about how us fans want to see our club and what I think we should be doing, then we should be going for players like Rodrigo, bro. We should be going for players like Rodrigo because we should be saying to Real Madrid, listen, we know your team is unbalanced. You could probably deal with maybe a left-footed right winger that maybe balances the team a little bit more. We know you don't want to get rid of Rodrigo, but we're going to throw so much money that you're gonna have to say yes. But we would never do that because we don't have owners that are willing to even try and negotiate a deal like that. Because I genuinely, this is me being genuine. If you offered, say, Real Madrid like 90 million or something like that for Rodrigo, they would find it hard to turn that down, because they would realize that they can probably balance their squad a little bit better. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even in the striker market.
I actually rate Semenyo. I really do. But again,
I don't rate him like that. He can be a bit funky,
No, he's good,
bit
but
clumsy,
my thing is,
man. I don't know.
There's players I rate and there's players I rate for Liverpool. Semenyo is a player I rate, but I don't think he moves the needle for Liverpool. I don't look at Semenyo and go, if he joins the club, the squad is going to enhance dramatically. But I'm a fan. I do rate him. I don't think he enhances the squad massively. I don't even think Kudus is realistic now because of Graham Potter just going there. I think he'll want to give Graham Potter at least till the summer. Plus, the money we'd have to spend on Kudus, would it even be worth it?
Do you know what? I forgot about Kudus.
But because we put ourselves in this situation, like, keep on using the example. If you try and get milk from a shop that you know is cheap and the shop shuts, you're gonna have to go and get milk from somewhere that's expensive.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Mbeumo ain't going anywhere.
No, but Johnny, it's about Mbeumo. Mbeumo's I see Mbeumo more as a second striker than he is a right winger, a dynamic right winger. Semenyo and Kudus for me fit the profile for our wings better than Mbeumo. Mbeumo's a better striker, in my opinion. I don't know if people agree with that, but it's weird. But I don't see Mbeumo as a right winger. I just don't. Or maybe he is, but I just don't see him as a right winger that does it for us. Even though he's a better player than Semenyo, it's kind of weird. It's about profiles.
No, I hear it. I don't know,
but, man. What do I know?
I'm worried, though. I am worried, man. I can't lie, man.
Yeah, of course we should be worried.
And the thing is, I'm not saying I'm worried for this season. I'm worried for the long-term future of Liverpool Football Club in terms of if we do win the league this season, is this going to be the last time we celebrate a feat like that for a while?
Could be the last hurrah for a little bit, because if you take, let's say them 3 players all leaving at the in the summer, I'm gonna be real. That sets us back dramatically. And knowing how the club like to replace players, you're just looking at young players. I don't even know what the club would do. I just think the club would make signings and we would all sit there and go, how are these players replacing the players that we just lost?
Yeah.
They ain't going to be superstars, that's for sure.
No, they
that
won't
who
be.
we bring in. We ain't bringing in superstars. We never do, remember? We always make superstars. We never bring them in. So, I don't know. Big up Liam. He says, no signings or extensions. We could be mid-table. I think he means in the future, not now.
Yeah.
Big up Dean. Gents, we repeat history by winning all the games after failing to beat Forest. We beat everyone after them in 2024. FSG, Marcel, period. I'm done.
I don't think we win every game from now to the end of the season in the league.
No, we won't. We can try, but we won't. Big up father figure for children. You guys are doing the most. No way. This is the time of today's show. If we won last night,
I started this. The reason I just want to say this, father figure. I don't know if you watch the show on a regular basis, but you'll know that. Again, I'll only speak for myself. I've spoken about FSG after we won Champions leagues, won big games, lost games. This isn't me just throwing blame on the ownership because we've had a bad run of form. I've been speaking about the owners for as long as we've been doing Kopish. I'm not one of these fans who will just get angry at the owners because we lose a game. I'm one of these fans who will get berated because I speak about the owners after we win a game because I want to be fair about it. It's not about us drawing the game yesterday. It's about long term. It's about what we've seen historically and what we're looking at in the present. It's nothing to do with about last night, bro.
I hear it. Big up Omar. I think Jota and Simi are fit, but Slot doing too much, in my opinion. Jota definitely ready now to play 90 minutes. Jota has to start against Brentford.
Yeah, I think so.
And Simicast has to start as well. Has to, bro. I've been done saying this for a minute about Simicast.
Let me ask you a question, genuine question.
Yeah.
If Nunes was available yesterday, do you think he would have come off the bench?
Believe it or not, no, I'm not sure.
I think he would have, and I think, I'm not saying he would have come on and got the winner.
I'm not sure, He's so out of form. It's whether the manager still believes in him, because you don't believe in Elliott and you don't believe in Kaiser. They should have came on yesterday, in my opinion. Like I would have. Yeah. You're better off trying Harvey Elliott in the 10 than Curtis Jones again. Like I don't know, it just doesn't fancy Jones, innit? I mean Elliott, sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know. Big up Omar. January signing IMP. January signing. In my perspective, I don't know.
I'm not sure what
I'm not sure. For change, make us less predictable. If you can let me know what the IMP is, Omar, appreciate that, brother. Bigger Andil, let Salah leave. The guy is 32. He needs us more than we need him. There are other better footballers out there. Salah has his GA because he has no competition in his position. Impossible for him to fail.
Oh, let me take this one. Bring that back up, please, man. Sorry. All right, so first things first. Salah genuinely doesn't need us more than we need him. In fact, I'll go as far as saying Salah can walk into any team at 32 years old in world football and be a starter. So that's the first thing. When you say they're better footballers, you talk about aesthetically looking. Yes, I'd agree with that. But the last time I checked, football's main thing was about productivity. We have really fallen in love with this whole, I need to see a player look pretty at football. Do you know how many pretty looking football players there are in terms of aesthetically on the ball? But you know how much they do in a season? F all. Shirky's really pretty on the ball. How many people in this comment section go, but look at his output. You don't score enough goals. Odegaard's real pretty on the ball. All these players are real pretty on the ball. That don't win you games, though. Goals and assists win you games. goals and assists win you leagues and trophies. And you say there's no competition for Salah. Even if there was competition, in the first half of the season, you still wouldn't be able to drop Salah. You can rotate him. You can bring him off when the game's won. But when your attacker has the most goals and most assists and is responsible for around 75% of your goals, then it's not impossible for him to fail. He's just not going to fail because he's that guy. And Salah is the least of our worries right now. The absolute least. Without Salah this season, let's say you took Salah away from the team this season, and let's say you even replaced him with Chiesa or someone else.
You don't want to see
We're
that.
not sitting top of the table.
No chance.
Even if you halved Salah's goals and assists, we're sitting maybe 4th, 5th in the league. So this notion that Salah ain't the guy anymore, Salah's this and that, does he frustrate us? Yeah, he does. Yesterday was frustrating as hell. But how many times has he got us over the line? Even in that Man United game, Cody Gakpo got the opening goal, but guess who got the goal that ultimately got us the draw? Salah. So I don't get how we're going at Salah when there's so many other things that need sorting out first.
Yeah, no, I agree. Fully agree, bro. Both you said about Salah. Trust me. We still need Salah, bro.
Sorry, Maximilian. Salah's been poor for the last 3 games. Correct. How many games was he great before that?
That's what I'm saying. You can't base what we're basing Salah's season on the last 3 games. Come on, chat. What we doing here?
Don't you think it's more damning on the team that if Salah has an off day, we look toothless in front of goal? Don't you think that's a more damning assessment rather than Salah didn't step up today?
100.
Has he got to step up every single day?
Apparently so. Hence why we still need him. Introvert audio. We are going to win the league because everyone is shit. I don't know about that. We'll have to wait and see though. But I think we can still do it. Yes, I believe we can still do it 100%. Ty, you can blame yourself for our bad run of form. You opened your mouth after West Ham and look what happened. Fix it, Cal. Fix it.
Allow me time, man.
We got introvert audio. This season we will win. Next season we will see the fall off. Everyone else said was going to happen, in my opinion. That's what I'm worried about. We could be amazing this year, but the fall off could be so big because of what's happening with regarding the players that could potentially all leave. If all 3 of them players leave, the fall off would be quite big. I'll be honest with you. Especially about Virgil.
I'm so shocked people are starting on Salah. I really don't get this fan base, bro.
No. Only a few, because I see there's a lot of more pro Salah in it.
I'm seeing GA Merchant, he ain't that good and he ain't got competition. So when has it been bad to be a GA Merchant?
It's mad, isn't it?
Imagine someone saying, you're just a goal scorer. All you do is score goals.
Yeah, you're just a goal machine.
You're just someone who scores goals and assists. Ugh.
It's mad.
But I'd love for someone to call me a GA Merchant. What? I'm winning games and getting points for my team. It's a bad thing in 2025 to be a GA Merchant. Is this where we're at as a football society now? Forget about Liverpool fans or anything. As a football society, it's a bad thing to be a GA Merchant. Allow me, man. I must be really old school. Because I don't see how that's a bad thing.
No, of course, bruv. Listen, when it comes to the Salah team, I think there's obviously a few haters in the chat anyway, because that's just how YouTube is. But I think the majority love Salah. They know what he's about. They know what he offers to Liverpool. They realize he's still a world-class elite player, because that's what he is. He's had a couple of bad games, even 3 or 4 at a stretch out of how many games, and the guy has saved us countless times. I don't know what else can be said about Mohamed Salah, man. He just does this thing, and people will never got him. Crazy. Big up Resto. Most drop off down To the mighty Spruce. Oh my gosh, the evergreen strats again. All kidding aside, we got to get some winning momentum again. Facts, we need winning momentum again. And that starts with Brentford. We have to beat Brentford.
We have to win that game.
Have to beat Brentford. It's a must. I mean, to be fair, I felt like Nottingham Forest was a must, but this is now a must.
Yeah. I honestly, as an isolated game, I don't have an issue with the Forest result. I genuinely don't. I know everyone does. I don't. I'm not even saying anyone who does have an issue with it is in the wrong. I'm just saying I looked at that game and I'm not looking at the name Nottingham Forest. I'm looking at a team that's playing second in the league. We went away from home against. We're not in the greatest of form. They are in great form. It was the Man United game. If we won that Man United game, I don't think there's any issues here. And if we win the Brentford game, I still don't think there's any issues. Nottingham Forest, a tough team to beat. Nottingham Forest will take points off other big teams at the City Ground this season. We're just one of them. And the first result, I mean, if we are not, I mean, I know Slot still hasn't, but you got to kind of sweep that under the rug, man. Like, Forest are a bloody good team. If we don't think Forest are a good team, then I don't know what to say, man.
No, I agree. And each of the audience says, personally, I don't think Diaz is good enough. Interesting. I think Diaz has had a good season, in my opinion.
Yeah, he just.
But I do think he has stretches where, like, if I'm being honest, Diaz is going for that stretch now where he ain't really doing anything. I think that's what it is. But maybe it can be a little bit inconsistent. But I think Diaz is good enough. But he's got to get rid of that inconsistency. And here's the killer. He's what? It was his birthday yesterday or the day before yesterday.
28 now, I believe.
He's 28. Like, I think Diaz has been one of the best players, attacking players, though, 100% in for us this season.
The thing with Diaz is GA looks amazing. But if you actually look at the GA, it's not really spread out. It comes in clusters. So he'll get a brace here, a hat-trick here, a brace here, and that's already 7 goals. So where's the rest of the goals come from? And again, I'm not saying take anything away from those brace and hat-tricks. It's just that you almost want someone to spread the goals out rather than just have like 3 games where they score 7 goals and then the other 10 games they only score 1.
But what you got to remember is this with Diaz, yeah? He's still a left winger by trade. And even though people will go, oh, but most of his goals will come from the centre forward. Yeah, that's just because he done well in the centre forward role. But he's still a left winger. And here's the killer. He got them 2 goals against Man United, put off the left wing. He got the goal against Brentford at home, coming off the left wing. There's still many times when he was on the left wing and got the goal. It was his movement centrally. The reason why Diaz is playing centre forward now is because a certain Darwin Núñez ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing. So we're kind of forced to do that. And because Jota wasn't fully available, Slot was looking for a solution. And it's a bit unfair to Diaz, but Diaz has done well when asked to play the false 9. But I'm not going to lie.
I'm not asking you a question, and I asked it in the summer, and I remember the response. If I said to you in the summer, you could sell Diaz for 50 mil and get Anthony Gordon for 65, would you do it?
No, because Anthony Gordon still doesn't move me, bro.
Okay, fair.
Anthony Gordon is a decent player, but he doesn't move me. I don't think Anthony Gordon's just more electric, and I do think.
Would you not say he's better has got better productivity over a course of season or?
I don't know, man.
By the way, I'm not saying I want Gordon, but I do think the conversation can be revisited now.
No, because I think Diaz has had a better season than Gordon quite easily. Gordon's only been decent since.
There's only one in the league. There's only one GA difference between the two.
How many goals has Gordon scored?
Gordon has. So I'll read Diaz. Diaz is on 8 goals, 2 assists. Gordon's on 5 goals and 4 assists.
And what about overall?
Overall, they're not in Europe, in it, so it's difficult to. In the Carabao, he's played 5 games. I don't know how many minutes, but 1 goal, 1 assist. They're not in any European competition. Diaz.
Yeah. What's Diaz got in Europe?
Diaz in Europe has got 3 goals, 0 assists, but those 3 goals came in 1 game. and he's got 1 goal in the Carabao.
The thing is that Diaz has been playing centrally and moved around a little bit more than Anthony Gordon, though. That's another thing as well that we have to factor that in.
But that's what I'm saying. That's also a
Yeah.
positive for him in the sense of he's been able to get more goals because he's been central, playing in the false 9 as well. Whereas Anthony Gordon is restricted to. And remember, Gordon has also been played out on the right wing as well.
He has, not as much as Diaz has played centre forward.
What I'll do is I'll change the question. Do you think we can upgrade on Luis Diaz as a winger? Because I'll be honest, now, there's only 2 attackers. I'm going to say 3, actually. There's 3 attackers who, in my opinion, are safe. That is Salah, Gakpo, and Jota. The other 3 aren't. So I ask you, we all know we can upgrade on Núñez.
Diaz has had a good season, though. That's the killer. Diaz had a better season. Diaz has probably had the... It's whoever you think he's had a better season out of him and Cody.
Yeah, so I'm here. I'm just going to blow my nose real quick.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, like, people, what do you think? Because me personally, Diaz, other than Cody's the only... Obviously, I'm not even counting Salah. Salah's clear, innit? But are people really going to sit here and say Diaz ain't been good this year? He hasn't been amazing, but he's been good, no?
Diaz, anyone who's saying Diaz hasn't been good, he's been our 3rd best attacker this season.
People are saying Cody easily been better.
Not easily. Cody has been better, but not easily. But here's the thing. Everything people say about Salah in terms of he'll play rubbish and get a goal, Gakpo does that. Gakpo does that a lot. Gakpo will have a terrible game for 70 minutes and then boom, he gets a brace.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying it's hard to substitute players like Gakpo and Salah because they can be stinking up the place and still get you something. But at the same time, where's that balance? But because we don't have enough players who, in my opinion, affect the game on a regular basis, that's why Gakpo and Salah have to play more minutes because you can't look at the bench and go, right, Gakpo's stinking it up. I'm going to bring Diaz on and I know he's going to get at least 2 chances in this game. You can do that with Jota. Jota comes on for Núñez. Let's say Núñez is starting or Diaz is starting through the middle and Jota comes on. You can easily do that. You know Jota's going to get a couple of chances.
Yeah,
you can't do that with Chiesa. You can't do that with Diaz.
For me, it just further highlights the issue that we have. It's that I look at all right, so I'm just looking at I didn't realize this. So they both got 12. I didn't realize this actually.
Who's that? Jota, Gakpo and Diaz.
Yeah, both got 12 goals. 12 goals overall for the season. I didn't realize that actually. Yeah. Right, so Cody's got 12. This is overall. Cody's got 12 in 30. Diaz is 12 in 27. Kind of both, yeah, very, very similar. Very similar stats.
This is why I say this. You remember I always say stats have to be contextualized and the eye test is subjective. If you just hear straight away Diaz played less games and has the same amount of goals as Cody Gakpo, automatically people go, well, he's got to have a better season. But we've watched all the games. I remember the Fulham game when we're down to 10 men. Who gets the first goal in that game? Cody Gakpo. I remember us being 1-0 down to Man United. Who gets the first goal in that game? Cody Gakpo. The game against Brighton in the Carabao Cup, when players aren't finishing their dinner, Cody Gakpo gets a brace. So it's not, remember, Cody ain't scoring hat-tricks and braces every game, but he's just ticking away every game.
But Cody's busier in the game, in my opinion. If you look at the way how they both...
No, I think Diaz is busier in the game. I think Cody goes to a lot of games, but when he's on, when he gets the ball, he's decisive.
All right. Cody's more effective in the game, you know.
Yeah, he's decisive. He's decisive.
Yeah, but he can sometimes be quite busy though. When you consider recently when he's been left since his turn of form and Diaz been centrally, the ball goes a lot to Gakpo on that wing. Like, and sometimes all you see is Cody run, cut inside, then he do the dink cross, or he'll do the shot. I don't know, with Diaz, it's kind of, and what's so crazy is this year, Diaz has played, so imagine, Cody's had more appearances, but played less minutes. So, if I'm not mistaken, Cody has a goal or an assist every 138 minutes. And Diaz has a goal and assist every 142 minutes. So that, yeah, again, proves my point. Cody more decisive than Diaz, even though Cody's had more appearances but played less minutes. But Diaz obviously has 2 goals more in the Prem. But then Cody has 3 goals more in the EFL Cup. Listen, they've both had they've both had what's the word? They both have had good seasons. I don't think either of them have been an issue for us, in my opinion. We know what the issue is. I'm not going to go on about it because everyone, in my opinion, is chipped in with goals, especially them two. Them two should probably get the least blame when I consider. I know when Salah don't perform, them two you expect to step up, but they do try. They do try. It hasn't worked, but they've scored important goals. Both of them. I think Gakpo maybe more so scored more important goals when I deep the type of games that Gakpo scored and how he scored. But Jota's been unfortunate with injury. Darwin Núñez unfortunately hasn't contributed really at all. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm not making this about one player, but I just think Gakpo and Diaz have probably done what they've asked to do so far this season. They probably could both finish on about 20 goals in all competitions. And that's really, really good for 2 wingers who one of them people think ain't good enough and the other one does the same, too much of the same. Imagine if they both finish with 20 goals. Not just forget assists, just 20. That's really good from both players. And you can't really ask for much more, you know. But they both get 20. And Salah getting about 35 or something. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But let me read the rest of the supers and then...
Yeah.
Big up Omar. I swear Diaz getting away with murder, in my opinion. Fixed up. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yesterday was
a week. Sorry, but it's
one
3
instance,
games.
but yeah.
The West Ham game was the last game where I think everyone played well. Diaz got an opening goal in that game. It was excellent in that game. I'd even say in the first half yesterday, there's an argument. No, maybe not first half. In the first 30 minutes, before he tried that pass to Gakpo, he was our best player before he made that pass to Gakpo. And then his performance just spiraled. He was showing for the ball. He was winning the ball. He was beating plays. He was trying to link play. But after he made that mistake, he was downhill after that. He was just poor after that. Diaz has had a good season. I just do think we can upgrade on him, though. I do. At 28, I don't think he's going to get any better.
I kind of agree with you there, but I'm saying if he gets 20 goals, I'm cool with that, you know. Obviously, there's got to be context because it's like saying if you just keep scoring the last goal of every game and we're battering teams, for example, 3-0, then it's like, brother, I know you got 20, but still, context. But if him and Cody are both able to get them type of goals there, like 20 goals, that is really impressive when you consider they're improving on what they did last year, and obviously they're helping the team. I
think it also depends who the goals come against, Matt. And again, this is why I'm going to be consistent with Núñez. To quote Drifty, he got 31 GA last season. I think it was 19 goals. I think he got.
Who, Darwin?
But some 18? Of the teams he scored goals against.
Maybe 18,
some of the teams he got goals against. You're like, bro, you should be scoring against those teams. So again, with all due respect to Diaz, like Gakpo, I think showing it. So I'm not even involved in him here. If Diaz is going to hit the 20, he needs to start scoring against the better teams now, because the wash teams that we've played in the early part of the Champions League or the early part of the Cup games, that's gone now. We're only playing big hitters from here on in. Let's see if you're really about it now.
Diaz and Gakpo, have had moments where they've had really good games for us. Salah's been immense for us. Jota's had his little moment. Yesterday, they got us a draw. There's one player who hasn't contributed anything.
Oh, yeah, we know.
Unfortunately. And I'll say this. Let's say, for example, we had a striker that... Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. You went...
my internet just went a bit mad. I don't know what happened there.
I thought it was my laptop again, so that's why I didn't say anything.
No, it was me. I think FSG are trying to stop something. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, in terms of like Darwin,
I think Matt might have gone again. Matt.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Matt's going through a Callum situation right now. Let me help these supers while he reconfigures.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're glitching a lot. You've gone to 180p as well.
What the hell?
Super chat here. Outside the box, if we signed Rodrigo, if Salah left, would you be happy? Yes and no. Yeah, we're getting a fantastic player, but no, because I don't think Rodrigo's a right winger. And we're so heavy on the left side that unless we're selling someone, and even still, we still need a right winger. Omar says Diaz and Gakpo don't occupy defenders as Cravel would. I fully agree with that. I fully agree with look, as much as I've defended Cody here and as much as I rate Cody and as much as I believe he is one of the safest attackers at the club, I think him, Jota and Salah are the safest attackers. And in fact, I'd go as far as saying he's the second safest attacker. I will also say he can be very frustrating in the sense of how he plays the game because he's very predictable.
Yeah, am I back now, by the way?
Yeah, you're good now.
I don't know what happened there, bro. Like, I don't know. Diaz and Gakpo don't occupy defenders as Cravel would. Yeah, that's kind of true as well. But at the same time, again, like Diaz and Gakpo are actually not the issue, in my opinion, this year. They should be getting hardly that much blame, really. They've had moments where they stunk it up, but as a whole, for their seasons, they've actually had good seasons, you know.
Yeah, they have.
If we're keeping it, but there's other players that warrant it more so. I'm not even just talking about Darwin, other players. Even you could even argue, say Jota. Jota, don't get me wrong, Jota's been injured, but Jota hasn't. Yeah. There's other players that are ahead, like in terms of that should be getting more criticism. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be them two. But again, Carl, can you upgrade on them? Yes, but the club, in my opinion, won't upgrade on them players with the top players that I'm talking about. Like, if you wouldn't have got me Rodrigo to replace Diaz, all right, cool. We're cooking. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but that ain't gonna happen. So I'd rather keep Diaz rather than downgrade and get a Semenyo.
Yeah.
Semenyo might be younger and has that drive, but I just think from a tactical point of view and technical point of view, I think Diaz and Gakpo are better.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, and last but not least, is the one with super chat? Oh no. Did you read that this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, people, listen, that's it for the morning/afternoon meet. In fact, no, there's another big up the super chats each and every time. Appreciate that, people. Big up Genie. Do you see the video of the Forest on in the locker room giving his players high fives after the draw? Nah, but if that's the mentality, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not in the Forest. That's really
it's a good result.
That's good for them, I guess. Yeah, that is good. I was about to say something else, but that's good. I've got to remember who they are in it. Like,
yeah, that's a
can't
good
be
result.
I'll
be honest, that Nottingham Forest owner, he's rich and he's ambitious.
Facts. Just see what they do from here. Let's see. But people, listen. Big up to all that join. Amazing morning/afternoon meetup, guys. I appreciate Carl as well for joining on the show. Make sure you subscribe to Team Kopish. Make sure you subscribe to our individual channels. They're all in the description. That's the Callum Sanderson show. Matt One Show Drift TV. Make sure you go over to Big Up as well. That's where we always do our watch-alongs on there. And we'll also be having a new show on there on Big Up where we go through, let's just say, call it our player analysis, game analysis, where we've actually got video footage of the game, where we can actually show you official footage and we can actually break it down, just like how you see on Monday Night Football and how some of you would laugh at my Matic stuff that I would do. Do you get me? So, yeah, man, it's gone up to another level, trust me. But make sure you head over to Big Up, like I said. That show probably be, in fact, that show might be today, actually. If it is today, chat, and we do the game analysis, stay tuned to the socials because we'll put it on there so you guys don't miss out, so you know when that's going live. Carl, have you got anything coming up on your channel at all?
Potentially something tonight, but play by ear.
Yeah, and the same thing goes for me. I'm at something on my channel today as well, people. So it's been a minute since I've been on YouTube on my own channel, and I think I might do something today, so stay tuned for that as well. And like you guys know, it could be a FIFA thing, you know what I'm saying? Just because I'm distressed out about all this FSG Liverpool stuff, so it might be a bit of a FIFA later on today. But yeah, big up to those that was able to join. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Come on, man, let's get this up to about 600 likes, people. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many likes were on, but I'd really appreciate if you could get those likes up, people. And yeah, man, big up each and every time. It's your boy, man, like Matt Cal. It's Team Kopish. We're out, people. Take care. God bless.